Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of For the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. This is our 20th episode. I'm not promising anything. I think I'm gonna lead with that. We should
What?
Yeah, we should expect chaos. Yay! Why don't we do a round of introductions before we jump into today's game? Adela, why don't you go first because, chaos.
I'm Adela. This is Celeste.
Hi, Celeste.
She is going to be helping the cleric, Astrid, create love in her community. And that's going to be fabulous today. It's going to be really fabulous.
Perfect. And Janelle, why don't you go next?
Hi everyone, I'm Janelle, or Boss Jellybean, all over the interwebs, and today I am playing Ashrin Lorlan, who is the only one in this group who actually worships Tiamat.
At least like full on. Full on.
Yeah.
Rude.
Sorry,
Just
okay,
worship
who...
in my own way.
Let me rephrase it. The only one who actually likes Tiamat.
Right. Holds Tiamat in her heart.
Yeah. Who's here on purpose.
Mick, why don't you tell us about yourself and your character?
I am Mick, and my character is Chris, the Drow Rogue, who likes to steal things. I'm probably going to steal some more things today.
I fully expect it. Excellent. And last but not least, Mika, tell us about yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Mika. I do things today. I am playing Lemon Zest, who is a kobold warlock artificer of Tiamat.
Not so much artificer anymore.
I've got one level of artificer.
Oh, okay. I thought you dropped them all.
Oh, I mean, I can.
No. By all means, keep it.
Mostly, I just want to keep the one level of
introduce yourself.
artificer.
I'm going to shut the hell up.
Because, this is part of my introduction now. I like the one level in artificer only because it gives me 2 first level spell slots.
Fair.
And because like warlocks notoriously only have 2. So now I've got additional spell slots to do like 2 spells.
Right.
Or like a additional spell, which is mostly identify, which maybe I should just go all in on warlock. Anyway, he's only in it to get his inheritance, but then he got chewed out by Tiamat, an avatar of Tiamat, which is why he's now mostly warlock. Yeah.
I feel like in Lemon Zest's head, it was much more of a chewing out, and in reality, she was just like, I mean, maybe you should be a little more into me than you are, and you were like, yes, I want to do this. Please don't eat me.
That's exactly how it was. I'm just saying.
I feel like I need to go back and watch this tape because I've been given 2 very different stories about what happened.
There. That pupper treat has been delivered. Thank you, Miko. She appreciates it. I don't know if you could hear her grumbling over here. Yeah, you. Yeah, you're very needy today. And I'm Jeremy. You can find me here on this channel. And on the interwebs at WH Pubs on the socials. I am going to be playing all of the other people that you will encounter today. Unless things get really wild and I'm just like, all right, you all pick an NPC to be. That could be fun.
Yeah. I'm not against it.
Right, yeah. And there are plenty of voices to be had in this little shack, this little collection of huts, I guess, that you were all standing outside of. It is the wee hours of the morning. You are in the plains of purple dust. The moon is shining down on you. Before you is definitely a hut, but connected to that are other buildings that seem to have maybe crawled here and connected themselves somehow. It's very strange looking. Fluttering around that every so often, you see the forms of little horned imps, quasits climbing in windows and up walls. And you see little, maybe strange homunculi you're not really sure. Strange little humanish creatures that have stubby wings. Inside, Aster at least has seen a fairly tall woman, not quite human. There was definitely something about her that made you feel she was something else, something maybe a little different than human. Her sandy skin marred by the ever-present purple dust that seems to just work its way into the cracks and crevices of your armor and your skin and your hair, and it's going to take weeks to wash all of this out. As you've been watching, you can tell that this woman, she who will not be named, is what you have been told she is called by the kobolds and the brown dragon that I don't want to say sent you here, but that you came here on behalf of, whether they knew it or not. And you're kind of spying to see if you can figure out how this chef, who will not be named, has mastered the use of purple dust in her cooking. We ended there with you all kind of standing outside. What are you doing?
Well, I feel like Aster's gonna head back to everybody to have a little discussion.
Maybe. Stop.
Like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Stealthily going back to everybody. Well, what do you think about fostering a love story
Yes.
between these two? Nax is clearly lonely in his heart.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well,
what being a
what
chef
do you
is,
think?
being lonely in your heart.
I
But
mean,
full in stomach.
According to the bear, yes, that's
Yeah.
very true.
It's this new show, this book I've been reading, The Owl Bear. You know,
Right?
that's where I've learned all of this information.
Very
Oh my
lonely stuff,
God.
you know.
Yeah.
Y'all.
It's a great book series. It got kind of slow in the third book. Honestly, I couldn't finish it, but
Now canon in the Forgotten Realms universe. The owlbear.
All right. Well, what does everybody think about sending a message of admiration from Nax to this woman and just see how she reacts to it? And then, depending on her reaction, we could either just take her spell book or her cookbook and hightail it out, or I don't know.
If we were to give her a letter from Nax,
yes.
you
You
understand
mean when we do it?
that she is going to then speak to Nax later
Mm.
about receiving said letter, which potentially would lead back to us. Yes?
What if we also send a letter to Nax and we say it's from her? I don't know if
But-
that doesn't help your scenario any, but
That's still, there will be two letters that they did not write that each other knows they did not write.
it's like a meet cute, except they've already met each other. Look, I'm also really into romance novels. Like, I love erotic gnome poetry. I love The Owl Bear too, even though that's not
Okay.
a love. Like, I need this. Okay, I need this.
I'm perfectly fine with setting that up. All I'm saying is maybe we don't put Nax's name. We put something that suggests it could be Nax, but if she brings it up later, there's no direct evidence that we said it was from him.
A drawing
Okay.
of a dragon. Just full admiration. Say, I just admire your cooking so much and love, then a dragon. And that's
fine.
it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's plenty of other dragons.
We,
Yeah.
we should not sneak to the house, though. We should come like a parade.
And then the
and-
point
and-
of this is to cause a distraction so that we can get the cookbook.
Yes.
Yes, and find out her
This-
answer.
This feels very Team Rocket, like we're just going after the wrong thing.
I mean, okay. Let's just okay. Love letter. We know what we're doing. Cookbook. We're going to
Yeah.
look through the cookbook, find
Mhm.
the part that talks about the spice,
Yes.
and then we're not taking the cookbook. We're reading it, storing the knowledge in our minds, and leaving. Everyone on the same page as this.
I think we
Wait,
should take it.
Yeah, I think we should take it
Okay.
too.
But then we've left a letter with a dragon on it,
Oh.
and we've stolen the secret cookbook that dragon would want.
Okay, I see the train of thought now. Okay.
Look, I don't want to spoil your fun. I understand that in this situation, I may be what they refer to as a stick in the mud. I'm just trying to show all the things.
I think Lemon Zest is like thinking back to his meeting with the avatar of Tiamat. Like gets chills. Like, no, you're right. No, hell, Tiamat, you're right.
It just triggered his PTSD.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Post-traumatic Tiamat syndrome.
Yeah.
Chris, I feel like you have a direction you want to go. Is there anything you're doing while this conversation is going on?
How close are we to the?
How close did you all decide to have this conversation?
Aster had said that they had backed up all the way to us, right? So I think we're kind of far back. I assume.
I feel like you are within sight of the house, so if someone like looks out the window at you, they might see you, but you're not like right up next to the house or anything.
Aster is invisible, though, I think. Right? Didn't I put invisibility
Yeah,
on them?
I should be invisible
Okay.
still.
So Aster will be safe.
I think that the value of the recipe for the spice is something that the Hoard could absolutely use. And I think if there is a love story to be had, there would be so much gratefulness that they might kind of turn a blind eye or even give us the recipe maybe after the fact, after we procure it for ourselves. And we can just be surprised. And as far as a note from one to the other, I mean, Nax did talk about their admiration for this woman or this person. So, I mean, that is not really stretching anything.
I'm not saying that you're wrong about this whole enemies to lovers quarrel that they're having, but and honestly, it sounds entertaining to facilitate it. I just want to make sure none of this comes back poorly on us. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but like if we get them to fall in love,
Mm-hmm.
and they both join Tiamat,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they both make little dragon children, so that's more dragons for Tiamat.
No, that's a solid plan. I guess you would.
I can't
feel
tell if you're mocking me.
No, they may feel indebted to us if we help bring them together, potentially.
I'm waiting for Jeremy to just, when we get to that point, Jeremy just telling us like, no, there was no love connection there. You guys just wasted
No.
several sessions.
I can't possibly think of any scenarios where that would be the case.
Nax
Yeah,
seemed
sure.
open to it. Nax just cares about the flavor. The flavor
of love.
The flavor of love. Yes.
I'm glad Mika said it out loud because I was like, I shouldn't say this out loud, and then someone took it from me. So
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna pull back a little.
But because the three of you are talking a lot, and Chris is kind of stated a direction, is Chris waiting for this, or does Chris have a different suggestion for the group?
I'm just waiting for an opening.
Okay.
I think we should like awkwardly just kind of like, what do you think, Chris? And then look. That's what Aster's gonna do. And then just be silent.
I think we should steal the puck.
Thank you.
Okay.
But also, new person has a point.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, our new boss. I keep forgetting your character's name.
Ashrin.
Ashrin, yeah. I also, yeah.
Well,
Yep.
surely there has to be something else of value then that
Yeah.
we can take.
Oh, I'm sure
Let's
there's
take
plenty
all
of
the
value there.
kobolds.
What?
I don't know. Kobolds, we have value.
Okay, actually,
Like
wait.
in a
hold-
wagon train.
hold. This is a much better train of thought, actually. Let's back up. Most kobolds, no offense, serve
Yeah.
dragons.
Yes.
These kobolds serve a dragon who's just focused on cooking. There must be some of them that are not thrilled about that situation, and we can bring those kobolds back to the Hoard with more
Yes.
traditional dragons,
Correct.
which is actually much more beneficial.
Praise Tiamat.
But wouldn't that upset the existing dragon and then definitely not get any kind of loyalty from Nax?
It
Does
could
he
be a
seem-
backup plan.
Yeah, it's backup.
Okay, I like
Yeah, plan C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just putting all the options on the table.
Sure.
Yeah.
Aster is going to get out a scroll and write some admirations and do a beautiful drawing of a dragon at the bottom with a little heart.
Sure. I feel like we need to define how good of a beautiful dragon this artwork is. So let's go ahead and have you do a performance check.
Absolutely. Because Aster, loves drawing pictures of flowers that she finds and, other medicinal things so she remembers what it looks like. So, what is that? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Even though you have been in this cult your entire life, you haven't spent a lot of time drawing dragons. You do spend a lot of time drawing nature, usually flowers and plants, which you've really gotten good at. But Nax is a fairly unique dragon to your experience, being a brown dragon, and you actually have never seen him in his draconic form. Therefore, you're kind of embellishing on the orcishness of this, and it ends up just kind of being this strange, kind of orky looking pig dragon, maybe? It's not terrible.
Aster is going to embellish it with flowers and spices all around, because that's the one thing she knows she can do well, and little cooking symbols, just to make it look beautiful and
Nice.
and like obviously from Nax, but not as well. So
And
I love
maybe
this
maybe it's that
message of
Nax
love.
doesn't like doing self-portraiture, and so he's just like,
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so as
We're
you
gonna
write this, oh, go ahead.
Keep that in my pocket. That's it.
Okay, so you're not doing anything with it necessarily. Okay, but
Not yet, until everyone decides.
while Aster's creating this potential direction to go in, what are the rest of you doing?
So Aster's drawing a dragon on the note.
Yeah, so it looks like Aster's writing out some
Okay.
maybe poetry. You're not really totally sure, and then drawing
Great.
some cooking stuff, and then there's a dragon, maybe.
A pig dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am going to
That's what a 7 will get you.
basically start trying to see if there's any logic to the all the different homunculi and stuff that are running around, to see like basically like timing guards, to just start paying attention to what the patterns are in everybody's movement for if we are going to sneak in and take the cookbook or read the cookbook or something like that.
What do we call that? A perception check.
Okay.
Every time I hear perception, I think persona instead.
Okay. That is not good.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
dice
9.
are already in your corner today.
It's not happening.
As you watch, it's pretty chaotic. It doesn't seem to follow any kind of pattern that you can recognize. Oh, well, maybe the imps are moving through that window at a fairly regular interval. Let's count that, and you start watching that. Chris, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna say, so how are we just going in? Are we sneaking in? What are we doing?
I mean, we could go in with song and dance. We could just walk up to the door. We could sneak in. We could have one person that's invisible, maybe me, dedicated to getting the book, or at least looking at the information in the book. We could, I don't know, go in and just burn the house down. I think all are valid options.
There are
but
a
I
lot of
really would
options
like
on
to
that
know
table.
what the secret is.
And what is Lemon Zest up to?
Wait, can I hear what everyone else is up to again? I don't know who Lemon Zest would be with at this point.
So it seemed like Ashwin was trying to get the lay of the land as far as figuring out when these creatures that are moving about were, if they were doing it in some kind of timely fashion, whereas Chris and Aster are having a conversation of whether or not to sneak in and steal it or go in with song blaring. Songs of love
let's just
blaring.
keep the party even. I'll go. Lemon Zest will go with Ashram.
Okay. Do you want to
Yeah.
do a perception check to try and figure out if there's any kind of a pattern going on?
Yes. That is a 10.
Excellent. So Ashton pointed out that those imps are fairly regular coming out of that window up there. It seems like maybe in some kind of like 3-7-2 minute like order, like every 3 minutes they come out of that window, and then every 7 minutes they come out of that window, and then every 2 minutes they go into this window over here. Oh no, that one just totally broke that whole pattern. Why is there a closet coming out of that window now? That didn't make any sense. Y'all notice that the purple of the desert around you starts to become a little more noticeable as the sun begins to throw rays over the horizon. Fortunately for you all, I also have been rolling crap when I'm rolling my perception checks while you're all standing there.
Great, good.
I haven't gotten over a 4.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll take the letter and put it near the front door, knock, run away. Asta and Chris, you two will go get the cookbook and either take it or just look at the information. Everyone good with this plan?
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
What am I doing?
You're coming with me and we're delivering the
Okay.
letter.
Yes,
So,
excellent.
Hopefully sneakily, but if we get caught, we'll come up with something. I don't know.
Though if the cookbook is missing and they had gotten the letter, then she'll immediately believe that Nax did it.
Which is
Because-
why I'm on team look at the information and keep the cookbook there.
okay.
But I know I don't want to tell you what to
Okay,
do.
I'm gonna try and look at the information if we could get it. That sounds great. Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, so Lemon Zest and Ashrin are going to take this note from Aster, place it at the door, knock on the door, and run away.
Yep, that is the 8th grade level situation that we are diving into right now.
I really appreciate the fact that Chad is buying me advantage at this point.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, rude.
How dare? Dare y'all.
Just it'll be fine. But that being said, as far as Chris and Aster go, you're going to use that as a distraction to try and get in and grab the notebook to look at. Okay. So, are you going... Like, how are you getting into the building? There are many windows you could climb in. You could, if you were invisible, you could go in the front door, but like when it's opened, but only one of you are technically invisible right at the moment.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go through a window.
What if Aster runs through the front door and opens a window for Chris?
Oh, the windows are open. Like all of
Oh,
them
they're
are
already open?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we'll go through a window.
Okay.
Or Aster will, at least.
Well, let's deal with the door situation first. So as
Yeah, because ideally we want to time it while we knock on the door and then y'all go in.
right.
Yeah.
So as the two of you head towards this door and the scent of cooking and baking fills your nostrils, there's definitely a rumbling in your stomach as you take in these delectable scents. You're just setting the note on the ground, or are you...
I think it's more like a slide under the door.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, just knock, knock, knock.
And then where
Yeah,
are you going
how hard are we knocking?
Not like a nickety
enough to get attention. Like it's gotta be enough to like get her attention if she's in the kitchen.
like a fun knock. Like knock it a knock, knock, knock.
Yeah. Shaving a haircut.
Right.
Amazing.
Because you know imps, they can't resist that. They have to bust out the 2 bits at the end.
Famously, yeah.
Right.
Of course.
All right, so as the two of you head forward and you slide this note under the door, you knock on it. Where are you heading to hide?
That's such a good question. So what is there? Is this just straight desert behind us?
So it was kind of set in like a little... It's not even like a full-on like like bowl or valley, but it was definitely a dip. You would come up a ridge, kind of a dune-ish ridge. Mick, you have an advantage. Make sure you add that to your sheet. And thanks for the advantages, by the way, Raven. Appreciate it. So
is it possible, before we do this, to set up like an area where we push a bunch of sand forward that we can run back and dive
like a blind?
Yes, I like that a lot.
Okay.
Do I hold on? Let me check my. I doubt I have any spells that can help with this.
I mean, do you have mold earth? Because that would help. But
This makes me think of a bunch of kids.
I have
in a
mage
sandbox
hand.
just digging, just
So we can at least use the
Oh,
mage hand.
mage hand knocking on the
knock?
door.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And mage hand can
Okay.
lift up to 5 pounds, right? So mage hand can actually lift the
Yes.
letter.
We can go about
This is
30
great.
feet.
This
Yeah,
is
we're
good.
good.
This is good.
We're set.
Okay. Set.
All right, so you're going to build a blind
Yes.
30 feet from the door, so you can
That
do it
seems-
from there, or are you going to like
Yeah.
build it further back and 30 feet from the door you're going to do the mage hand and then still run?
That's probably smarter, huh? Okay, we have 30
Yeah.
feet of movement, right? So let's build it 60 feet back, go forward 30 feet, cast mage hand, and then run the 30 feet,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
All right, so
And I think
this
Aster,
is the dumbest thing.
this is great.
It'll be fine.
I think
There's no
Aster
possible reason
in
this
her
could go wrong.
mind is gonna do like a thum during like a thum that's the opposite direction of the window that we're trying to get in, but it's gonna be after they find and read the letter, and then there's going to be a dragon sound as if it's flapping away.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So I'm going to have
Oh
you
my
do a deception
God.
check on that one.
Do a what check?
I'm going to have you do a deception check.
Deception.
Jeremy, when you set up this encounter, is this what you had in mind for your players? Is this the direction you thought we would take it in?
If I say yes, no one is going to believe me. So
Honestly, no.
Yeah. No. Nope.
That's not gonna work very well. That's
All
okay.
right,
That's
so,
okay.
Oh my god.
It'd be like a
I feel like
seagull. that she
we are
hears.
all just
So-
rolling trash today.
right.
Hey y'all,
Including me.
I would like to propose that we abandon roll 20s thing because it is
I'm actually using real
garbage.
dice.
I have real dice
Yeah.
that we could roll.
I've been rolling real dice almost this whole game, and today they
Oh,
are
I
treating me
should
like
roll
crap.
real
Not like
dice.
that is a new thing for those of you who tune into the channel. My dice apparently hate me. I think it's because I like constantly get new dice. They're like, just use me.
They feel
oh my
betrayed.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
That could be it. That could definitely be it.
So
Makes sense.
there's a knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Those dice.
Those of you who are in the front, so Ashran and Lemon Zest, you haul butt back for the blind. Dive
Yes.
behind it as you hear what sounds like maybe a bat or something kind of
Okay.
like screes and flies away. It's a wing flapping noise, just not quite as majestic and draconic as maybe Aster had expected it to be.
Yeah.
Or an ostrich. I don't know.
A few moments pass,
And we're safely hiding.
and the door opens. I'm going to need Lemon Zest and Ashran to do stealth checks. Add advantage because you
Okay.
have built the blind.
Okay.
Okay. What with the? I moved my character sheet to be over here, so it doesn't look like I'm constantly looking away.
God. Y'all.
I love
Y'all.
Oh my god. So
Oh, wait, no.
stealth-
I rolled that at disadvantage.
That so it would still be an 8 is your max.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
Yes.
Hey guys. Hey guys. This is a
So
bad
that's-
plan. This is a
No.
bad plan.
I got the
No.
same, also an 8. Yeah.
That's
We
fantastic.
both got 8s?
Now,
Yeah.
No!
what could happen is when I roll this perception check, my
I need
dice.
you to roll a 1.
Yeah,
One.
this dice could
One,
screw me just as bad. Hang on.
1, please.
Please.
Okay,
Please
interesting.
1.
Meanwhile,
What does that mean?
Meanwhile,
Don't do this to me, Jeremy. We're pals. We've
On the
played
side of the
20
house.
sessions of this game together.
right?
This
the
is
side
how we
of the
die
house.
delivering a love note.
Right. On the side of the house, Aster and Chris, you're waiting for this to sneak in. You hear the noise, you hear the door open. Now is your chance.
Okay.
I need you to both to do stealth checks. Aster will have an advantage, so it'll cancel out her disadvantage for her heavy armor, giving her a not great number. However,
How is
knowing
it so bad?
knowing that her armor tends to cause her issues. Raven did point out that last episode you did take off your armor. Did you
I
leave it
did.
off?
Oh, I did leave it off
Okay.
because I haven't had time to like slap anything back on.
Okay. That increases it. Not terrible. I mean, it definitely is better than your first roll. But still, knowing that Aster is not necessarily the quietest of creatures that you've traveled with, Chris, you slip very quietly through the window rather quickly and move off out of the line of sight of any of the creatures as Aster follows you in. Aster, you don't even know where Chris went. As you
Fabulous.
climb through and you stand up, you're looking around, and you feel like the only reason that these creatures that are like flapping past you and crawling around on the ceiling don't notice you is because you are invisible. A couple of them do turn and look at the window like they had heard something, but they don't see you.
It's just the wind. Okay, Aster is just going to start kind of like lurking over to the recipe book that's attached to our friend who is unnamed.
Yeah.
And just see if she can kind of like bloop.
Okay. So, Chris, you won't be able to see this happening. What are you doing?
Okay. I'm looking for something that might be valuable.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an
Alright.
investigation check.
Okay. Oh, that's not very good.
As you look around, you're taking in this room. It's kind of a chaotic scene. Imps and quasits are moving around. There are these strange little smushed humans with stubby wings, stirring pots. It smells wonderful in here, but the adrenaline is kicking in, and you're very much wanting to get out of this one alive, but also, and maybe more importantly, with something valuable. And so you're looking around, you're trying to see something, and you see this very large woman, very tall, pretty well, like very muscular as far as her physique goes. Long braided hair just saturated with the deep purple of the dust in this area. And you see actually, we're going to do a sleight of hand check to see what happens with this cookbook.
Okay.
She seems to be kind of guiding what's going on.
No, that's not bad.
16?
And you notice, Chris, you see the book on her hip kind of begin to raise up. And then she just like puts a hand on it and pushes it down. Almost like wasn't even something that she like noticed necessarily, but just kind of reacted to. She's looking at the front door and she says, "Oh, what is that?" and she starts heading that direction. Up ahead, you see a imp at the front door holding a piece of paper that you recognize, and a quasit standing there pointing off into the desert. You don't really notice anything that's worth much. The cookware in here is actually not as nice as Nax's. There are a lot of vials and jars and containers that you have no idea what's inside of them. But in your immediate vicinity, you're not seeing anything that's worth value.
Okay.
Aster, you try to grab this book. You start to lift it away, and she just like puts her hand down on it and just kind of like absentmindedly puts it back into place. Your hands are still on it, and you're like, but you haven't.
It's okay.
You haven't
That's
broken.
okay.
Yeah, you haven't broken your invisibility, and she noticed it moving more than you trying to take it.
I think Aster is going to wait for the moment that she has her hands on the scroll, because you have to like pull it to look at it. And so as soon as she's doing this, Aster is going to do this.
Okay. So as you follow, hands ready to snag away the cookbook, there's a slight breeze that blows in. You didn't realize like quite how hot it was in here until this like desert cool night air kind of blows in through the front door, and you look out and you see Ashran's armor just barely above the blind that they built, as this quasit's like pointing in their direction, and she who will not be named like looks out there. She bends down, she takes the scroll from the imp, and she looks out. Who is that out there?
Aster's going to do another Thum in a different direction.
Okay.
We're going to attempt a dragon sound again.
Deception
With flapping?
check?
A what check?
A deception check, please.
A deception. Ah.
Hey guys, I'm not kidding. We have to stop using Roll20. We have the only person allowed to touch Roll20 is Mick.
Yeah, Mick gets
That's
to
it.
roll. Everyone
That's
else
it.
needs to
Everyone
get new
else,
dice.
go get some dice. Go take a minute.
I know. I rolled the physical dice, and I rolled the same as you.
Yeah,
So
that's
already
true.
not off to a great start.
So maybe there's a pigeon sound.
There's a stressful noise, or there's a stressful
Stop.
moment
I don't know.
as you like quickly try to distract this woman. There's this like belching noise off in the distance that might have been like a
Okay.
dragon roar, but it comes across kind of awkwardly. She does look around and she looks
Okay.
confused. And she is going to unroll the scroll.
All right. As she's doing that, I'm going to be pulling that book away.
Okay, let's do another sleight of hand check.
Please roll dice. Adele, please. Oh, God. Okay. That's not bad.
It could have been better, but it's not terrible.
The book comes away as she extends the scroll. She's looking at it and her head kind of tilts, and then she glances off into the desert again. You might as well come out. I can see your armor. It's glinting in the sunshine that's coming up.
Okay, as I stand up, I'm gonna use disguise self.
Oh, do I have to
Fuck I'm
disguise
gonna
self?
do? I don't know what the hell I'm about to do.
My
We don't want to look like Nax. I'm gonna look like, and we established last time I have no idea what the Lord of Neverwinter looks like.
I mean, you're like the
God.
carrier of the love letter, so whatever that
Yeah. I'll look like a dragonborn, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as the magic coalesces over your face, you notice like this draconic snoot that kind of pokes out. What color dragonborn are you choosing to be?
The kobolds that serve knacks, what color are they? Or are they all different kinds?
They were all different kinds, yeah.
All different. Okay, not helpful. I'll be green, I guess.
Okay.
We're going with that.
Okay.
And what do you say or do?
I'm just gonna yell, that was a special delivery from a secret admirer, and I'm just supposed to deliver and leave. Adieu. And I'm gonna turn around and walk.
Sure. Is this an
I'm
attempt?
trying to go. I'm just trying to go.
Do you feel like this is more an attempt to deceive or distract?
Probably deceive, I guess.
Sure.
Like I'm straight up lying.
Let's do a deception check for me.
Okay, I have a 3. I'm not touching Roll20 ever again. I don't trust it. I'm using my special jelly bean die. Hold on, please don't be terrible. Oh my fucking god. That's an 8.
You need to make sure I swallow my coffee before people tell me they're...
Sure.
Now just wait a minute. You just stay there. Just hang on just a moment.
She says that and I start running.
Okay. So, Lemon Zest, you are not seen currently.
Hidden, yeah.
And you hear this happen, and then you hear like the heavy footsteps of Ashrin abandoning you.
I've got just these sweat drops as I'm like, what do I do? What do I do?
You know your friends are in the house.
I'm going to oh shit, I guess I can't. Can I? Oh, I want to try Charm Person, but that probably wouldn't go over well with our rolls. Maybe Fog Cloud.
I mean, it would
Wait, a what?
maybe match that dragon fart we heard earlier. Just rolls in.
What is happening?
X. I don't like fart stuff. No.
No fart stuff.
I can't. Jesus. I guess. Okay. What with the fog cloud? If I.
It would obscure you.
What? Sorry. Some.
You still have mage
I'm going to come back to you. You think about what you like to do, because inside there is a floating.
Mage hand. What would Mage Hand do?
Oh my god!
Inside there is a floating cookbook.
Oh.
Aster, what are you doing with this cookbook?
Crying.
Remember, it does not become invisible just because you took it.
Oh my god.
Aster's gonna try and find a corner where she can like try and read the book.
Okay.
To memorize what's in there. So she needs to find a space that's safe.
I feel like this is gonna be actually let's do stealth, because as you turn, you notice like there are several imps, there are several closets that have like turned to look to see what's going on.
Okay, but everyone needs to know that the other number was a 21.
Right.
I feel like that's really important for everyone to know.
An advantage because I'm.
Do you have any of your? Do you have a inspiration from last week or previously marked on your sheet?
I didn't write it down. I did. Oh, I can't. Yes, let's say yes.
Or someone else could use their inspiration to cause some kind of distraction to give that
Oh my
21 instead of the 4. But you got to tell me how you use your inspiration to make it happen.
All right.
Chat just bought you an advantage. I will absolutely let this happen.
That is so nice of chat.
Right?
It's so nice.
Oh, now is it a new roll or is it the existing roll?
We're going to use that 21 that you got and not the 4.
Thank you.
Yes.
As you turn, you notice that there are several of these little kitchen helpers staring at the open door. For whatever reason, none of them notice. Maybe they do notice the floating book, and this is just something that happens on the regular, as the book floats over to a corner and disappears into the corner. Chris, you are not sure what the hell is going on, because there is just kind of some chaos going on. However, you are still hidden. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try a different room. Maybe go upstairs and see if there's anything up there. Anything valuable while this chaos is going on.
So it didn't seem like there was anything in here. There are other rooms you could head into, though.
Yeah, I want to check another room.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to have you do a stealth as you move through this area.
Okay. Oh, I am proficient in stealth, so hopefully...
And you have advantage because you're... Oh, sorry, you're not invisible. My bad. But that 21 is much better. Go ahead and make an investigation as well.
Okay. Not so good.
Not as good. You start heading through these strange hallways. They don't seem... having been in, houses that are pre-planned and stuff like that, and buildings, it's not something that you feel happened with this house. It seems like additions to this house were made spontaneously and perhaps probably magically. Like they don't really seem to make sense. And as you head down some of these various corridors, there are times where you feel like you're not quite upright with the rest of the world as you're kind of turning and you're walking sideways through some of this. And you get into some of the other areas, but you're not really seeing... A lot of it seems to be storage. There are a lot like Nax's lair. There's a lot of food storage and utensil and cookware storage and stuff like that. You haven't seen anything so far that seems like either She Who Will Not Be Named's living quarters or any kind of treasure. But we will see how you progress in a moment. Outside, Ashwin is booking it through the desert. What is Lemon Zest doing?
Jesus. I haven't been noticed yet. What's She Who Must Not Be Named doing?
You would have to look over the blind to know. Do you want to attempt to do that stealthily, or do you want to stay hidden?
I'm gonna attempt to do that stealthily.
Also, how graceful can someone book it across sand,
I don't... In heavy armor, I don't think there's any kind of gracefulness 17. Going on. 17. Let me see what... So you stick your head up. And as good as that roll was...
Oh, don't do this to me, Jeremy.
The imp who's holding the door open is looking right at you as you peek over.
Advantage. Yes.
Do you want to roll with advantage?
I already rolled disadvantage. Can I take my higher roll, which is a 22?
Wait, why did you roll with disadvantage?
For some reason, I have disadvantage, even though I'm proficient in the armor I have.
Yeah, but what kind of armor is it?
Great question.
Because if it's heavy armor, it's going to be disadvantaged no matter what.
Right.
But I don't know why you would have heavy armor as a warlock.
Oh, might have been
I have
as the
scale mail.
artificer.
It's because it's the artificer.
Yeah.
I think I started an artificer and then added warlock onto that, so I have scale mail, which
if you use the emergency advantage that chat bought, you could get rid of your disadvantage and use the higher roll.
I'm going to use the high roll.
What would that end up being?
Yes.
22.
That's good enough. You peek over and you notice the imp that's holding the door open is like you felt its eyes on you just as you poked your head up, and then its eyes trail off to follow Ashran running through the desert. You don't feel like it saw you. The closet pointing at you is still pointing out the blind, but is also like staring mouth open at Ashran running through the desert. In the doorway, you see this woman standing there, staring down at this scroll rather confusedly. And you hear her very softly say, "Is that a pig dragon?" And she just kind of glances out the door after Ashran and then says, come inside. And the imp and Quasit follow her and the door closes.
I'm gonna get far enough away that I know no one is chasing after me, and then fall on the ground and just look up at the sky and be like, what the hell have I gotten myself into? That's where Ashern is. Like, emotionally, physically.
Love it.
I don't know what to do. Do I see the floating book yet?
You did not see the floating book.
Okay.
It is actually deeper in the house above table.
Okay. I guess I'm
like,
gonna
what's
run
the
after Asher
likelihood?
and like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
All right, so as the kobold gets up and books it through the desert to catch up with Ashran inside, Aster, you begin leafing quickly through this, trying to find any signs of how she is able to use this purple dust as an ingredient in such an effective manner, even more effective than what Nax has been able to create. What do you think you're looking for specifically? Like, what kind of phrasing?
I am looking for like the directions that you would get on the back of your grandmother's cookie recipe. You know, you've got your card and you have all your ingredients. So I'm looking for the ingredients, and if the ingredient has like the sand in it, I'm going to be looking at the directions as to like the order of how everything's put in. So like, you know how sometimes you want to mix together all your wets, and then you want to mix together all your dries, and then you want to sift them in gently. Like, I want to see what kind of order all of this is in, and then try and see if I could see like 2 or 3 of these recipes and see if it's the same thing for those as well.
Okay.
So I can like just burn it into my brain.
All right.
What's the likelihood of that?
Chris, Ashton, and Lemon, please add advantages to your character sheet as chat has picked up those for you. And
Oh, yay, thanks.
I'm going to have Aster do a investigation check. I feel is probably our best option.
That's not amazing.
So you see like the words purple dust quite a bit. You notice there are, I will give, even with your horrible roll, I'm going to give you that she's actually very specifically like it says prepared dust instead of just the like purple dust or just the dust or whatever. Like there is, and it's not all the recipes. Make an intelligence check for me. And thank you, Path the Meeple, for the advantage. I appreciate it. I actually have 2 now, so I need to mark that. There we go. Amazing. With your nat 20, You realize the ones that are using the phrase prepare dust are only desserts. They're only sweets. Everything else are savory dishes.
Okay.
Which Nax is like nailed. Like whatever it is that Nax does with the dust, it seems to be working for his recipes. You do remember him saying that she who will not be named completely kicks his butt when it comes to desserts. And that's how she won last year's competition. So if you can figure out what she's doing to the dust to prepare it for desserts, maybe that's the key.
So Aster is so curious about this. She is going to then scooch the book away from her as if, it just fell out. No big thing. And then sit and linger in a corner and see if she can see the process of preparation for one of these desserts.
Okay.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'm going to jump over to Chris, who is busy crawling through this strange conglomeration of rooms that might be a house. Are you still looking for goodies?
I'm still looking.
At this point, I'm not going to have you do any more
Okay.
stealth checks because it is you do see every so often a closet will come climbing through, grab like some pots and pans or whatever, go climbing back out, or an imp will fly through a window. But you've really gotten down kind of like how to hide from them. However, it's finding something that you're interested in. So we're going to do another investigation check. And remember, you do have advantage if you'd like to use it.
I got a 23.
Nice. Okay, so with your 23, you come to a large oak door, which has iron bands holding it shut. Holding the wood together. This door is much more, I don't want to say grander, but it is definitely the nicest door you've come upon so far. All the other ones are kind of like haphazardly, kind of rickety, put together. Thank you for the pepper treat. When she wakes up, I am going to deliver that, but I'm going to set it aside. As you creep up to it, you don't hear anything on the other side with your passive perception.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would like to open it.
All right, so as you open it, it opens smoothly, no creaking. Inside is a fairly lavish bed chamber. You notice there is a very large four-poster bed. Everything is done in mostly muted colors, but there's like some maroons that kind of brighten the room, or rather, sorry, the word is escaping me. Stand out. And you notice there are several trophies against one wall. It seems to be a collection of Neverwinter's Top Chef awards. They're done in very expensive marble. Like, looking at it, you don't recognize the type of marble exactly, but you are fairly certain that these are worth a good deal. And you notice there are also some wardrobes in the room. There are some chests. There's a large footlocker at the end of her bed. Are you going to toss the room, essentially?
Yes, I'm gonna toss the room.
All right, so as you go about tossing the room, we're going to check back in with Janelle and Mika as the two of them, or their characters, are in the desert. Ashrin face up, staring at the sky, wondering how fate has led her to this place. What are you two doing?
Well, okay, what do we do now that we've run away?
I don't think there's anything we really can do until the others leave the establishment.
Well, all right. I guess.
And unless
know,
do you have
rock,
any
paper,
way of
scissors.
sure, unless you have a way of helping them as they leave, but I don't have anything that'll be
Like
useful.
I can make a fog cloud. Like I've got this little machine I made that just disperses fog.
Suppose
I
maybe
can
we
do
should
that.
we could walk back close enough so that if we see that they're in trouble, you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay, but we should probably not. We don't want to be seen again. So we'll, yeah. I think what's the distance on fog cloud?
It is. That's a great question. I just lost my spells. It is 20-foot radius. Yeah, 20-foot
But
radius.
how it has to be centered on you, or can you center it somewhere else?
No, it's got 120-foot range.
Oh, there we go. So we only have to be within 120 feet of the house then.
Yeah.
So we'll walk back till we're in that range and then just chill.
Okay. So are you walking back and then like fog clouding in the middle of the desert?
Well, I think we're just like chilling in the desert and just making sure that we can fog cloud, or that
Okay.
Lemon can fog cloud if they get into trouble.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Unless, yeah, you're good with that.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
I think as soon as I level up. So we're still level 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In like 5 sessions when we level up, I'm going to take darkness.
Inside the kitchen. Aster.
Yes.
Beginning to worry because you know that this spell on you has a limited time.
Yes.
You're not really
Yes.
sure how long ago it was cast on you, but it has to be getting near its end. As you're waiting and watching, you're hoping to see some kind of like baking essentially happening. We're going to use the yes, no, maybe die to see what you find.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
As the sun is rising, you notice many of the imps and quasits begin kind of collecting things that have been baked or cooked already. They're putting them into containers to transfer them. You know, today was go to Neverwinter Day, essentially, for Nax and his kobolds. So maybe that's what they're doing. And you begin kind of frantically watching to see if anything changes. Make a perception check for me.
I am absolutely, with doing the perception, going to accidentally knock over something not favorably tasteable onto one of those desserts. So she might have to remake it. But yes, here's a perception check. 12.
Okay, and do a, I guess a sleight of hand check to see if you can. There's like a plate of what? What do you think the dessert of her choice is this year? It's last year she made cinnamon rolls. What do you think she's making this year?
Let's say this year it is tarts. It looks like it could be tarts.
Okay, so you see this plate of tarts. They're still steaming after coming out of the oven. There's a imp that's like holding on to the very hot pan as he sets it down. And above that, you notice there are some jars. You're not really sure what's in the jars. And so you kind of stand up and brush one off real quickly. You notice they fall and smush some of the tarts. But she's like, oh, that's okay. Those were extra anyway. You could just leave those.
Okay. Well, then if she says that, Aster's going to try one more time to mess up something else that she has going on, and then try and make it to the window so she can peer in, like get out and just peer in.
Okay. Make
Unless that's
a
next time around.
make a perception check to see if you can notice anything else that's still available for you. Nice.
Oh.
Nat 20. As you head for the window, you look over and there's like a large bowl of salt. And you see next to those are some like some of the tarts have sugar sprinkled over and then like baked on, so they've caramelized. You look over and you see some that haven't been. And so you take some salt and you kind of sprinkle it over, and then you jump out the window. And we'll come back to you. Chris,
Huzzah!
inside this room, you've gone through wardrobes, chests. Nothing seems to have been trapped or anything like that. And so you're just kind of like going to town, like stuffing things in your bag. You do notice you found a stone feather, which was kind of weird.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead and mark. Actually, maybe I should also mark this down.
Okay.
You found there was a crossbow leaning against the wall. It seems to be very well made.
Okie dokie.
I am actually not sure what this thing is, so hang on one sec. Oh, interesting. You noticed 4 bags. These bags were made of a green leather, and there's just something about them that you feel is beyond them just being normal sacks. And they're not even very large. They're kind of dice bag sized. You found several gems.
Okay.
And we'll talk about those later. There is a potion bottle that you found. It was actually like kind of jammed. It was in the back of a drawer, like it was forgotten. When you pull it out, the liquid inside seems to not quite be in focus. You're not 100% sure what's up with that. And several gems. Sorry. You find a ring.
Okay.
And you find a necklace. This necklace has several red gems on little dangly chains. But it's asymmetrical. Like you hold it up and it looks like some of the chains have been broken off. Like there were red gems previously and they have been removed for some reason.
Okay.
That is what you find.
Okay, well, I guess I will take this opportunity to make my way out of this place.
Okay. Are you heading out the window that is in this room? Are you heading back into the depths of the house? How are you getting out?
I can leap through the window that's in here.
Okay. As you look out, you realize you are about 30 feet in the air. It's one of those higher up areas that you saw. So you'll need to either climb down somehow or otherwise, I don't know if you have any magic or anything that allows you to feather fall, for example, or...
I do not.
Okay. How would you like to get out?
I'll try climbing.
All right, go ahead and do an athletics check for me.
Okay.
Nice. So as you climb out, the odd structure of this building actually kind of gives you handholds as you don't just like climb straight down, you kind of climb over and then jump kind of over onto this roof, and you make your way down fairly safely. While that's been going on, Aster, at the window you're watching. It's your last
Not
chance.
creepy at all.
It's your last chance to find out. Make a perception check for me. Perfect. You watch as the imps load up the salted tarts into a container to take with them, not catching on to the fact that they are not correct.
Hot diggity dog.
But who knows
Terrible.
if the salted tarts will come back into play later during the competition.
All right. That's hey.
Watch their chocolate, and Aster just made them like better by putting rock salt on
Right?
them.
This is
I
exquisite.
know.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna can I reach in and just grab a jar? Like, am I still within reaching distance of the jar that
So you're kind of like your hands are up on the windowsill, and you're kind of watching, and you go to reach in, you realize you can see your fingers.
All right. I'm not. I'm gonna just pull back
Okay.
and stay under the window because people are trying to leave.
Okay. You notice
I'm
none of
also
them. You notice none of them are going outside. No one has left the building,
no one's left.
but they are like their numbers are diminishing. There are fewer of them, and they're heading deeper into the house.
Oh no, they have a portal.
You do
Aster's
remember
gonna.
Nax saying that a portal would open in his lair.
Yeah. One of the little. Is there any desserts that look again like they might be star desserts? Like, is there a dessert that somebody's treating better than others as they're carrying them around?
So much of the things are in containers at this point. It's really hard to tell. Yeah.
Just because Aster has to, she's going to fume whichever creature is carrying the biggest dessert, the most heinous sounding shart ever in that direction, as if
No
they
farting!
had
No
maybe
farting!
contaminated what they're carrying, and then just hunker down
Okay.
and try not to be noticed.
So Chris, outside you hit the ground. You notice off in the distance on the side of the house you're on, you can see Ashrin and Lemon Zest kind of hunkered down waiting. Are you trying to be stealthy, or would they have seen you?
I would imagine that I would try to be stealthy.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth. And I'm pretty sure Ashrin and Lemon Zest, your passives are 11. If I
My
remember right.
passive
Yeah, mine's
is
11.
probably 11.
Okay. So they're watching the front of the house rather worriedly, like perhaps they're concerned about somebody coming out and maybe still chasing them. They've hunkered down in their kind of in a little low area, but maybe they could still be seen from the house. They don't look at you. What do you do?
I just head towards them.
I was wondering if this would be the point where Chris just abandons the cult, takes all of the loot, and just heads out.
Yeah.
Nopes out. All right, so a few moments later, Chris arrives. You didn't see from where, but Lemon Zest and Ashrin. There's Chris.
Did everything go all right?
As far as I am aware, everything's fine.
Did you get the recipe?
Did you
Um,
also abandon?
I
Glared at Ashrin.
Well, the problem is it's hard to find someone that's invisible, so
Mm.
I assume that she would have made it back here.
I don't think she's back here yet. I feel like she would let us know if she was here.
But I did find treasure.
Oh. What did you find?
I found a stone feather, a crossbow, 4 bags, several gems, a potion, a ring, and a necklace.
That's good.
Yeah, although I think I might keep some of these things for myself. So when I figure out what they do.
Yeah, I can cast Identify.
At the house, Aster, the occupants are rapidly disappearing. Make another intelligence check for me. Amazing.
I know nothing.
Would you like to use the advantage that you have?
Oh, yes, I would love to use advantage.
Okay, so we'll use the 15 instead of the 6.
Stop
And
using Roll20.
you're thinking, and you're like, they didn't really say when they were going, but if this house is clearing out and the portal is deeper in the house, if the portal closes and you get back to Nax's lair, they might be gone. That thought crosses your mind.
That seems right. Aster is going to try and you know what? Can Aster figure out what direction everybody went? Is that pretty easy?
Not so much as in where they went, but I can tell you that on this side of the house, you do not see them. The front of the house is to your left, and you know that they were up there to deliver the note. You don't see them from here, so either they ran back up this like slight incline, or they're on the other side of the house, or something. You didn't see them go in the house either.
Okay. I think Aster, because she's a fan of thuming today, is just going to thum in the general direction that she thinks everybody is. It's showtime. Come and see if that will entice people to come to the house, and maybe we can take the portal behind everybody and show up.
Is this your voice that you're doing it in, or is this like an announcer voice, or?
This is absolutely an announcer voice. We're gonna take that. Yes.
All right, so bellowing out from an unseen source, the house maybe? The three of you hear, "It's showtime! Come!"
Ooh.
What? Do we want... I don't... Should we go over there? No. Are we staying here? What are we doing?
Ah!
I mean, maybe we should go over there.
I think we should go.
Okay.
Yeah, we should go.
We'll go check it out.
I feel like the others would know that this is an Aster thing. Like, oh, of course. This is,
Oh, probably.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know.
can I roll to see if I recognize Astra's voice?
So it wasn't Aster's voice, it was like a different voice,
Or-
but I feel like there are these effects that happen around Aster enough that you could certainly connect the dots, yes.
Okay.
No roll necessary.
I mean, maybe if it was like a big fart, they would know.
No farts.
They
No
would know.
farts. The house's shutters close. You don't see anyone that's there to do it. They just kind of all go funk.
Ooh.
What do you do?
I mean, I'm going to try and push on the shutter because I'm still right there, aren't I?
It does seem like it's locked shut.
Okay.
You're locked in the house.
No, I'm
she's
on the
just
outside.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll start heading their direction. Maybe as they're heading my direction, and we'll figure it out. At least that way we can head together in the right direction to the bake-off, the cook-off.
All right, so coming around the front of the house, Aster appears. What do the three of you do?
Did you get the recipe?
Kind of.
Kind of.
I might have an understanding, but there's still
Okay.
like the actual delivery of it is maybe a little bit lost on me right now until I'm in a kitchen, maybe. But I think they all took a portal and the house closed up. So we should probably get there.
Tyrannaxis's place is only a couple hours away from here, right?
It is.
Okay. So why don't we head back to Tyrannaxis and we'll follow the procession out.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
As you're having this conversation, you suddenly hear this rending noise. Timbers, stones pulling apart. You glance back at the house. One of the pieces is falling to the ground. It gets up. Little legs underneath it begin to carry it away into the desert as the side that's broken off seals itself up. Another part of it,
Baba Yaga!
another chunk of it falls off. It gets up, begins to heal itself, heading off into the desert. And as you begin walking away, heading back towards Nax's lair / kitchen, kind of keeping an eye on it, Chris, you notice that like pretty much all that's left once it's done is that room you were in, the bed chamber, which has lowered itself down and reconnected to the front of the house, which is kind of a large kitchen / living area if you weren't using it as like a prep area during a cooking competition, for example. This fairly small, quaint little hut is left behind as these other pieces wander off into the desert. And the four of you begin to make your journey back towards Nax's lair as the sun rises on preparation day, moving day, whatever we will want to call it, as the competition, the competitors transport themselves to Neverwinter. And that is where we will end this week's episode.
Chef Day.
Y'all are something.
We tried. We tried.
You know, the dice were not in your
feel
corner
like
today.
We had solid plans, and every plan got thwarted.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just not meant to be. This was apparently one of those times. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Okay, we have Plan C.
Right.
We'll see if that works at all.
Plan C if this works. Oh,
Shut up. I don't like your attitude this week, Jeremy.
Oh my God.
Hey, do any of you have things, excuse me, coming up that you'd like to share?
Let me see. Well, on Monday. No. Oh, that's not live, is it? It's just a recording.
No, we are gonna do it live. It's gonna be live.
Okay.
That's gonna be the last live show that I do.
Okay, we're doing it live. Sorry, what?
Yeah. We've got Stoneburner over on Boss Jellybean. And tomorrow I have I'm playing a game of Candela over
Ooh.
on
Hooray.
TTN,
Nice.
Tabletop Tail Spinners. Yeah.
Nice.
And then on Saturday I'm playing Candela again, but for Roll for Good.
Ooh, so much Candela.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Links are in the chat for all of that. Head over and give a follow so you can be notified when they go live. Janelle, how about yourself? Do you have things going on?
Literally the same.
Just the same things?
Well, okay, so we have Stoneburner on Monday over on my channel, and then also tomorrow, Dark Eclipse, the Team Feywild,
Nice.
is going to be doing some shenanigans with Archfey. And on Sunday the 27th, we're going to be doing a Halloween monster themed Smasher Pass on the Somebody's Heroes channel. And that's it.
Love it. Love it. Let's see this week. This is Wednesday already, so Friday tune in for some Dagger Heart Broken Spine here on the channel. It is at 8 p.m. Eastern. We are off on Saturday. And then the following week... No, wait. This is... I closed my calendar. I think on Sunday... Schneike, you know what? Head over to our calendar. Boop, 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 boop. Link is now in chat. And you can see all of the fantastic things coming up this weekend. I feel like we have Wastewalkers this weekend on Sunday at 8 p.m. I could be wrong on that if my brain has betrayed me. Otherwise, tune in next week. We have more Hunter on the following Saturday, and then on Halloween we have a Curseborn one-shot. Hi, Celeste. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you all for helping the crew out with your advantages. They definitely helped some situations resolve much differently than the dice wanted them to. And we'll see you next week for episode 21. Thanks again for watching. We will see you next time, and we're going to raid out, so please hang out. Thanks for watching. Bye.